And Discord can't hear us, right? Or can they?
How we
Discord
doing,
can.
everybody? Welcome,
Hey,
welcome.
hey.
Welcome, welcome. We're going to go over some charts here in a second. We're just live on Discord as well as YouTube, so we're waiting for more people to flood in. But Mickey, your screen is up at the moment, so you can feel free to kind of take us away whenever you're ready.
Awesome. Let me get a few things situated here. How's everyone doing? What's up? What's up? All right, let me get to the charts here. Back here. All right. YouTube going? All right. YouTube going?
Yeah, we're good to
Hey,
go.
everyone, Discord land. How are you? Everyone good? We'll be streaming live here pretty soon on YouTube. Give us a few moments. Let me check out the chat here, see what's going on here. Gotta flip back and forth. Chat. Where are you? There you go. Hamza, how are you? How are you? Testing. We're YouTube live. Testing. Hey, David, how are you? Everyone good? Good morning, good afternoon.
Good morning. So what do you got on your chart there?
We got the dollar index. I've got two panels open, two charts open. Basically, they're all on default. Just to start things up for today, we have the signals and overlays on the left chart on default. Oscillator matrix, bottom panel on the left side on default. On the right side, we have price action concepts on default. Both of them are on 1 hour time frame, regular candlesticks. All right.
Looking good.
Yeah. How's your morning doing, Jacob? Everything's good?
Yeah, for the most part. Other than some craziness, but we're all good.
All right.
For sure.
Ready to get started? Any questions first? Housekeeping stuff? Everyone good?
Yeah, we're good, man.
All right. Left chart. Let me enlarge this left side here for a little bit. Make it visually a little bit more appealing here. Take this down. All right. Let's go over some settings on what the default shows. Signals and overlays. All right. We are on a 1 hour time frame. Dollar index. 1 hour. All right, let's go to the settings, signals and overlays. This is default, right? Refresh it just to make sure, right? Reset settings default. Right now you see the smart trail. This is the blue and the red ribbon, smart trail. We have the signal modes, confirmation, right here. Confirmation plus the exits. Here's the exits, right? The little X's. Let me show you. Signals, confirmation strong, regular confirmation, and we have some potential exits here. Let's go down the settings here. Candle coloring, simple. All right, this gives you the green, purple, and red. Purple meaning ranging market, chopping market. All right, here's the smart trail, and we have the dashboard, lower right-hand side. All right. Pretty much everything else is disabled. Let's go down to the oscillator matrix. Default settings, mainly signal mode SMA, setting number 3. All right. Any questions on both these default settings for signals and overlays and the oscillator matrix? Everyone good? Okay. Let me switch over to price action concepts. One indicator. Let's go over the settings. Same instrument, dollar index, 1 hour time frame on regular candlesticks. Set it to default just to make sure. Reset settings, okay? In default, we have the internal market structures and the swing market structures enabled, right? Also enabled are the volumetric order blocks. It will show the last 5, and the internal activity is also turned on, as well as the matrix and the midline of these order blocks. Also very important, hide overlap is also enabled. Gives you a cleaner chart, right? If you have multiple order blocks overlapping each other, well, it's the same level, right? So we just hide the past order blocks and just enable the most current one, right? Equal highs and lows are turned on as in default. Okay, fair value gaps, the imbalance concepts features are turned off by default. Okay, premium discount zones are turned off, and the daily highs and lows of the multi-time frames are also turned off as well. Okay, and down below we'll have the dashboard settings and the alerts. Any questions on either of these two charts to begin with before we get started to make these templates a little bit more prettier? Jacob, any pressing questions in the chat?
No, it doesn't look like it. But kind of go through, your process of how you use this when you first, hop on the charts in the morning, and go over kind of what you're looking at before you, make a trade using these features you just went through.
Gotcha. Okay. If I were to use signals and overlays solely for today, okay, I always use multi-time frame analysis, top to bottom, right? A higher time frame for trend bias and a lower time frame for entry, exit, trade management, okay? So on the left side, I have the 1 hour on the dollar index. Right? This will be my higher time frame trend bias. On the right-hand side, I'm going to switch it to signals overlay for a lower time frame for the trade management entry template. All right, let's turn that off, turn this on, make sure everything is on default. All right, reset settings, and let me match the colors up because this is bothering me. Going to canvas, we'll make it black, standard black, right? 1 hour, let's bring this down to, let's say 15 minutes. I like that combination, 1 hour and 15 minutes. At times, I will take this 15 minutes to go down to 5 minutes. All right, 5 minutes gets you in the trades a little bit early, but you may have a little bit more chop, okay? So we'll stick to 15 minutes there. So every morning, let me get the matrix on this one too as well. Let's see. There you go. Turn that off. There we go. All right. Okay. So let's take a look at the higher time frame. Go ahead, Jacob.
I was gonna say, so you start off with the dollar index before you jump in. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Excuse me. Let me convert this chart to what I use currently right now, right? This is the default settings, right? And this is almost looking like what I actually use on a daily basis, right? So I already have this tab set up. What I do is I change my charts up to Ike and Ashy, and we'll discuss that a little bit later. But for now, every day when I wake up or open up the charts to see what I'm doing, I always want to see what is the world doing, overnight during Asian or London session, right? Money makes the world go around. Let's head over to the US dollar index. that is the asset for me that pushes everything, right? That
Hey,
gives
real
me,
quick there. All the people asking about Nifty on YouTube, we'll get to that at some point. Right now, we're going to go over his process and then probably touch on gold a little bit. But we'll get to Nifty some point later in the stream, so just stay tuned for that.
Nifty, back Nifty. Nice. But to get back to the dollar index, I want to see the trend overnight, right? So what is the best visually for me for the trend? Well, I used the 1 hour. So let's enlarge this chart a little bit for the whole screen. It gives me a whole picture, right? Zoom in. So if you zoom out a bit, it's trending up, right? And visually it's trending up. Yet it's choppy, but it's trending up. But this is what I can also do. Flip it to a 4 hour. Now it's a little bit much clearer, right? We had a downtrend, and now we have an uptrend. There's no dispute with that, right? Now let's smooth it out a little bit. Let's turn on the Heiken Ashi, right? Now look at that now, right? Now I bring it down to a 1 hour. Much prettier, all right? But now here's one change I've made recently. Went back to my old days. I turn on Neo Cloud, turn off Smart Trail. This smooths out the order flow just a little bit, right? Look at that, all right? Let's flip it that 4 hour and let me demonstrate something for you. Okay, look at that. It's obvious where the downtrend is and the uptrend. On the surface, I've turned on the confirmation signals, right? Bearish Neo Cloud, you only take the bearish confirmation signals. Vice versa with the Neo Cloud. On the surface, right? Long, and we're currently in a long. Bearish, on the surface, right? You can blindly take the signals. For the most part, you're safe with trade management, right? But we want to pick it up, bring it up to the next level, right? So let's go down to a lower time frame. Well, let's take a step back. Right now, we are on an uptrend for a dollar index. Right now, I scan the markets. I go over to the ESE mini futures, right? That's another major asset. Here's the 1 hour, right? Downtrend. I have the reversal zones turned on, right? With the Neo Cloud. I have the confirmation simple, candle coloring simple as well, and then confirmation signals on. Long-term autopilot. Right? I want to see the long-term trend. When the dollar goes up, as we saw on the previous screen, usually there are correlating markets. One of the correlating markets is the market as a whole, right? When I am collecting money, when I'm hoarding my cash, I'm taking my cash away from the market, meaning the market should go down, right? This is just a dummy down version of my thought process. So when the dollar goes up, the ESE mini should go down in theory, right? So look where we're at right now. It's going down. We're still in a downtrend. Okay. Next market we go to is the NASDAQ. Big players in there are Apple and Amazon, right? NASDAQ. Same thing. We are in a downtrend. Neo Cloud is down. Right? Bearish. Okay. Now I'm going to head over to Forex. Big Daddy Euro. Okay. Euro dollar and the USD dollar index. Notice the USD. It's in the back half of this pair. Meaning if the dollar goes up, right? If the dollar goes up, and the dollar's in the second half of the pair, right? the dollar is going up, right? So the price is heading down towards the dollar. Dollar's going up, right? Meaning the euro is going down. So this pair, the euro with the dollar, is going down, right? It's correlation with the Forex pair, right? You can research that and be a little bit more educated on that, and it could do you wonders if you're trading Forex, right? And on another note, USD JPY, right? Let's switch it over to the Japanese yen here. Okay. This is bullish. The dollar index is the front half of this pair, right? When the dollar goes up, USD needs to follow suit on these Forex pairs. So since this is on the front side of this pair, it's going up. Thereby, Japanese yen is going down. Okay. So that's how I view the markets, you know, trending on which pairs, right? So if I were to trade the USD JPY, I'm looking for an opportunity to go long position. So what I would do is I would bring down my time frame to a lower time frame, an entry time frame where I could manage my trade accordingly. Let's flip it to the 15 minutes Japanese yen. All right, there you go. Here is my entry. The dollar index was bullish. The 1 hour USD JPY was bullish. It was all bullish. Bullish neocloud. Let's go back to it. Let me remind you. Bullish. There is no question, right? Now let's go down to the 15 minute. We have bullish neocloud here, turned bearish, and we have bullish. Where are my entries on this chart? There's one right there. There's another one. I'm just taking these signals blindly with an extra step. That extra step is the higher time frame. The higher time frame told me to go long with the neocloud, right? So in a lower time frame, I'm only looking for longs. Here we go. Trade one, trade two. All right. Now, where are my exits? I'm sure there's a lot of questions. Where's the take profit? Where's my exits? There's many ways according to your style and according to your stomach and your nerves, all right? For me, I have a lot of things to do in my life, right? I just want 10 pips and I just want to go home. I just want to go away and have my coffee, right? But if you want larger moves, why don't you use the signals and overlays exit signals, right? Here's one right here. Here's two of them. There. There's one right there. Not too shabby, right? Let's measure that. About 70 pips right there, that move. Let's measure this one. 70 pips, 77, right? Any questions so far?
Beautiful.
On the multi-time frame, top-down analysis.
Looking good. If you want, I could hop over here on gold and show my kind of setup on gold. Yeah. It's to just stop your stream on your end.
Back. And Jacob's pretty good at zooming in, you know,
yes,
into the detail.
I like, I'm low time frames for the people that like low time frames. That's why we work together. That's why we work well together, Mickey. Mickey likes the high time frames. I watch low time frames.
All right, you're on.
Awesome. Let me share my monitor here. Looks like it's letting me. Cool. All right, guys. For those of you asking about gold, I might go over Nifty as well. We'll see here in a little bit, but let's go over gold first. Okay, so essentially we are potentially getting another setup, or one of my favorite setups, on gold right now. But I want to kind of explain, I mean, you guys see me talk about this multiple times, but for one, we had a setup here on this current intraday trend on Tuesday. Well, earlier today, actually, this morning. So this is obviously later. It's not strong volume, but it has the general idea. I wouldn't be up at 4:30, so I wouldn't be trading this. But essentially, this is what I like to look for. And you'll notice we have, bullish, very strong bullish signal. That's my first level of confluence. And then we get a bounce off this smart trail. So using that smart trail, I notice there's a reaction happening. Now I need another level of confluence to confirm that I want to take a trade here. And so I use the oscillator matrix, and notice we get a bullish cross here. Now we do see the money flow dipping, but again, this is after hours, so I could take that into consideration if I do trade after hours. I know some of you do trade early in the morning because you like possibly the price action more. But again, the confirmation here is this bullish cross. So seeing three levels there, the strong bullish signal, the bounce off the smart trail, and the cross on the oscillator here, we have a higher probability of a setup. Let's see, it crossed here. So higher probability on a setup, not short, but long, right here off the smart trail. And look at my risk here. It's so minimal. I can put it right below this possible swing low, and then you can easily get a 2-to-1 scalp off of just that. And we didn't even break of structure yet. So essentially, if you were to take it at a retest of the high, you still could have got almost 3-to-1 on that move. And then even if you held to the high, you almost got 4-to-1. So that is a lovely little scalp setup. So taking that same concept and implementing it into what we're seeing right now happening is we got a bullish signal. It's not super strong. But what I really love is on the price action concepts, the order blocks, you can notice we bounced this morning off of a higher volume order block. It's only 12%, but still, I think anything above 10% is worth considering. I like to trade reactions like I've talked about before. So noticing price reacting off this previous level over here is indicating that this level is significant. So noticing that, plus that change of character, plus the smart trail being broken there and flipping bullish, I am now watching as we approach the smart trail. I'm watching for a retracement bounce here, right? So I want to see us react off this smart trail, and then my confluence would be a bullish cross on the oscillator. Oscillator is already setting up nicely on this as it approaches kind of the median here, the 50 level. But again, if we get that bullish cross like these green ones here, right above that 50 level, and then the money flow turns bullish after a reaction off the smart trail, then that's enough level of confluence to where I can say, hey, this is worth an opportunity here. And I would target a scalp. It'd be another one of those things where I target, put my stop right under that smart trail or whatever the pivot might be here, and then I target the highs again. So I'm still getting that, if I can pull this away, still getting that 2-to-1 ratio on this scalp, but all I'm doing is targeting that previous high. So, if you trade multiple lots, or if you trade, like a bigger position size, you could consider that previous, rejection here as your first take profit. And then, remember the break of structure. If you get that break of structure, you could hold through waiting on the next setup. So, the next take profit. So again, that's currently what we'd be looking at on gold, is somewhere a bounce around setting, a higher low in this, 1895, 1896 area here. So that's what I'm going to be looking for here in the next, probably 30 minutes to an hour to see if we get any type of reaction. And we can come back to that in a little bit. But essentially, this reaction off that order block there is incredible. And I've seen people take trades off of these, especially if price is super overextended. So another way you could have actually traded this, and Let me take down the watermark here. It's a little bright. I need to save this. Okay. So essentially, this order block here, if you wanted to trade this candle, you could have. I personally probably would have waited for this extra level here on this candle, or a retracement to, as you can see right here, we had a fair value gap that was automatically printed on our chart for us, and you can see how it reacted off of that. So reaction, like I've stated already, we get a bounce off that order block, and then it pushes into an imbalance, get this imbalance, and then we get a retracement to that imbalance and completely bounce off of it. So seeing that bounce off of it, this is one of my favorite candle setups as well here. When I see this, if you're a price action reader, this is another indication that this trend is ready to turn. And it's noticing that there's this wick on the bottom of that candle there, didn't retest the wick before that. So seeing that was another level of confidence just by, understanding price action. But that inside an imbalance that was plotted in the, price action concepts indicator is really helping me understand, okay, this thing does kind of want to reverse here. So that's just another level of, trading you could do. Obviously, we didn't flip yet into that reversal, but you can see just off of that imbalance, we had a lovely push back to break that smart trail on gold for a nice scalp, if you were to call that. But again, notice how extended the oscillator is down here. It's very oversold. Very oversold. So again, I have a higher probability here, especially noticing this bounce off that order block. I mean, fantastic. I mean, you only want to take your trades when you have the probability on your side. So this probability would have lined up nicely, especially if you would have traded off that retracement after that initial push here. But great little setup there on gold's 5 minute. We're going to get to Bank Nifty, but I do want to go over Bitcoin and look at it. So what I do before I jump into a new chart, and look at that, we're getting a push here on Bitcoin already. But I'm going to go into, if you notice, the optimal sensitivity here, and I'm going to adjust it to 13 because it tells me to adjust to 13. This is on the signals and overlays, so the candle coloring plus the signals you see and the exit signals as well. So I'm going to adjust that to 13. This is the 5 minute chart. You can notice it in the background here. It's something I like to trade. So we're actually getting a similar setup that we just saw there on gold. So essentially, we're starting to get a pump. If we get a retracement back to this imbalance here, this fair value gap, then considering if it reacts or not, we could take that trade. And we're getting a bullish cross here after a massive overflow. So this is an awesome feature I really like when you want to see if price is super extended to the downside or upside. Notice the color difference here on the money flow, which is this middle oscillator. It's super bright red here. That means that we're starting to get very extended, a lot of volume to the sell side. So you had it kind of peak here, but then it came back and then it peaked again. So essentially, seeing a bigger cloud like this, we definitely want to consider that being the overextended area. Because look, even though this is showing overflow, that means there's a lot of selling pressure. But look where the oscillator was sitting during that time. It was still in the lower the upper 30s and 40s. It didn't extend yet. So now we have this massive overflow and it extended, and look, we got a pop right after that. So using that to kind of figure out where price is at the moment is super great, because especially with the continuous selling pressure. So Bitcoin obviously getting a pump at this very moment. So again, I'm looking for a peak retracement to confirm that this thing does want to reverse and then go from there. If we were to pull up, I don't know, like the 15 minute here, let's see if this was some type of level that was worth trading. We got a reversal zone on the oscillator. We got a reversal signal, a large one on the oscillator here. That was earlier actually off of this. Let's see. No order blocks on the 15-minute, maybe the 1 hour here. See if anything. So there was one there. It's bounced off several times on the 1 hour. Yeah, I don't see. This is where it's like, you know, we don't need to be hunting each time frame for an order block and say, oh, it, you know, bounced off, you know, that order block. Depending on what we're analyzing this with, I would be still bearish due to this continuous rejection off the smart trail. I like trading trends. If you're trading ranges, you could definitely use this order block as a level of, you know, buying, or, you know, just a level of bouncing right here. Like we've had 1, 2, 3 times now it's showing. But again, I would still be bearish. You have the bearish break of structure on the 1 hour. But again, that's why I like getting in and out of trades quickly. So that's why I trade on the 5-minute. And, you know, we had a nice little sell-off here today. I want to see how this, I mean, man, this volume kind of came out of nowhere. But again, off that same similar level on the 1 hour. So yeah, you can see volume was increasing up until this moment. So that, you know, overextended did very well there. But okay, we've been getting so many requests for Bank Nifty. I'm gonna go over it one time for the YouTube. I don't know why I searched that on indicators. Should we do?
I can see there's 2 of them.
Yeah. What is the future here? The index futures.
Nifty, and then we have Bank Nifty. Nifty as in Nifty 50, and then we have the Bank Nifty separate.
Don't check futures. Nifty 50. See, look, what this is gonna be good. This is raw. I don't even look at this chart. So you guys tell me which one, this first one or the second one or this one. I don't even know. I don't even look at these charts. Spot Nifty 50. First one. Okay. Here's the first one. Okay. So obviously this market's closed right now. We don't look at these. I don't personally trade these. Obviously, I'm in the US. I'm going to trade the US indexes. So here's your Nifty index. This is the 15-minute. I'm a 5-minute trader. Okay. Today, I wouldn't trade. I just wouldn't trade today because this smart trail is sideways. Every smart trail is sideways. For me, I'm not trading when the smart trail is sideways, or this is a good reason to have just the turning points on. Now, if you go into this, I know Mickey, he changes his to the TP, but like the SMA signal, I like to have that. You can see that smooths it out. If you like the TS, that's good for trends and stuff. But the SMA I use because I like to spot, you know, ranging markets, which means you get multiple turning points. So seeing the multiple turning points kind of turns me off to trading that day, as well as the smart trails being flat. So I personally wouldn't end up trading this. I would wait till we get, you know, we're near the end of your session. We started to see some trending action here, but again, that crazy consolidation there, I personally would not trade. Let's see the optimal sensitivity. Let me make sure we're on this. Yeah, let's bring it down to 10. You'll probably see quite a bit of signals from today, seeing the amount of adjustments we've had here. Yeah, so I mean, even that we had, you know, probably a rough end of day there as well. So let's look at, you know, a previous day here and see. We had, you know, we're still consolidating. This day maybe would have been worth it, but let me see here. Man, you guys have some interesting price action. Let's go to the 15-minute and see if we had any setups we might have traded. And this thing
the market hours on these Nifty, I think 6 hours, right? 6 or 7.
Yeah, I don't think they're long.
Yeah,
we'll look at NQ as well. It's kind of, is it usually sideways? Because if it's usually sideways, if I know that, I can adjust my features to help me trade sideways markets. So, or sorry, to trade ranging markets. Let me, and that, you know, that comes with a different setup. knowing that it ranges. I'm going to take off the order blocks here because we're on the daily. Sorry, not the order blocks, the fair value gaps. So this market seems like I might just be a long-term trader based on the time that he was saying 6 hours.
Yeah.
What are we saying here? Let's see. Like, since 2 weeks have options trading Nifty. India has 6 hour time window. Swing is much
After you're
better.
done, after you're done, I could flip it over to mine.
Yeah, we'll look at yours too, but I do want to look. I do want to look at it because, like, again, we haven't even been able to fully.
If you can get your charts optimized, it's very good. It's very good.
For sure, but let's see here. So, I mean, you can see even on the 4 hour, I mean, yeah, I would probably swing this because this price action is a lot more readable than that lower time frame. But even this 4 hour hitting this, I mean, it's a similar type of situation. We have, for me, if I'm trying to filter out these, you can, the signals themselves, you can filter out based on like the smart trail. So like I'm going to take off price action for now. But again, this is only going to signal with that filter based on if the smart trail is bullish or bearish. So you can see now we only have bullish signals. So this is a strong bullish signal. But again, I personally like to have no filter on. Because what I'll do is I'll use them as take profit points on top of these X's. So what we're seeing in this market right now is we're noticing it has been trending and that trend just changed. But we've had multiple setups to where, like for me here, if I didn't get that smart trail bounce off of this, I'm going to look for that bullish turning point. So we have this bullish turning point here on this gap up. And so that there would be my entry after showing a retracement. So take an entry off this turning point, bullish signal, bullish smart trail, bam, I would have, taken some off at this first exit signal, second exit signal, and then closed completely with this bearish signal. So now, you wait for your next setup. We got a lovely bounce. You get a bullish signal here. This is still bearish, I would say. The money flow was trying to switch when that bullish signal hit, even though it was continuing. So I wait again. I wait until we get another bullish turning point. We get one here. We see an increase on the money flow. I take an entry somewhere here, exit point, take profit. I probably would have closed some off of this turn down here. But even though it's above that smart trail, we're getting still bullish candles on the 4 hour here. So you could hold through these bullish candles, take profit at these exit points, and then the bearish signals if you're, on Bank Nifty here. So, I mean, there's several ways. You have to understand what you're trading and how that current index, stock, Forex, crypto trades in order to apply your settings for that individual thing that you're trading. So it really depends on what you understand, and then you can adapt the features in each one of the indicators to trade that market. So for me I trade ES futures and NQ. I trade based on the smart trail and these signals. Now, the signals for this optimized sensitivity right now is 17, so I adjust that to 17. I'm looking for bear setups still here. We got a reaction here, and actually at this moment in time, you could essentially possibly get a retracement, but based on this sell-off here, this wouldn't be an optimal entry. But up here, definitely would have been at some point an optimal entry on that 4 hour. But 5 minute at the moment, we're looking like we're about to break back through this order block. So understanding, I didn't even see that. And we got a bullish divergence happening. I was going to say market is not bearish. 1 hour time frame. But again, you have to just understand what market you're trading and then put the features on accordingly. So what I like to trade during ranging markets mostly is the contrarian signals. which is going to help you, visualize more extended areas before you even go into, a trade. You can see if it's overextended on top of the oscillator. And a good example, if I could find a range day that's not, wait, I'm in extended hours. Let's go to regular hours on here. And that can change things too. You need to understand what you're trading. Are you trading regular hours, extended hours? If you're trading regular hours, maybe look and find your strategy on the, a regular hour time frame here. So like this is now, you can notice sensitivity changed to 19 because the data is different. So like as of now, we're in a bearish setup as we retrace here on the 5 minute. So if I do get a reaction off this and a bearish turning point on the 5 minute here and a reaction off that order block, then I would probably look to take entry because my stop loss would be right above that order block. It'd be super minimal, and then my take profit would be right down here. So like in this case, intraday here on ES, if we get a sell-off, it's probably gonna, my entry would probably be somewhere down here if we get a reaction. But right above that order block and then targeting that low, you're getting that almost 1 to 1.5, which is pretty good if you're a scalper, especially if you want to get in and out very quickly. But that's a little bit bigger stop loss. More than likely, we'd probably get a bigger retracement up here, then you'd be a little tighter. But in this case, because this is intraday hours, if you look at the bottom right-hand corner of my screen, you'll see regular trading hours versus electronic trading hours, which is, after hours data. You'll see the difference. But it really comes down to what you trade and what you know. Don't just jump in blindly without going maybe in the past and like analyzing how those settings are working on that specific asset. So it's like if that setting looks like it's not functioning the way you want it to, then you kind of go through the other features that we offer and you adjust based on what you want to trade. So it's like whether it's ranging or it's trending, or if you just need to, like, there's a lot of imbalances that happen, like crypto, like Bitcoin and gold and Forex, they always have random pumps. So imbalances would be easier to trade on that, unlike the ES. The ES is does have those imbalances, but not nearly as much as like crypto does. And imbalances on the S&P 500 is a very popular thing to trade, but that's when they occur. They don't occur nearly as much as they would on crypto or Forex. But for those of you, I would really suggest going to, let me see if I can share this actually. One sec. Those of you in the Discord probably already know this, but this is super helpful. And it's going to probably change, it's going to change the game on figuring out your strategy using these indicators. And I'm going to go ahead and add a, let me see here. Add something up on my chart here if I can find it. But again, going to our website at LuxAlgo.com and click the resources tab. That resources tab is going to take you to there's another link on there called the guides, and in those guides you're going to be able to see let me see here. Sorry, I'm going to go ahead and show you. Here we go. So in the guides here, on the resources tab, if you go here, go to the right-hand corner. Those of you on Discord can't see it, but you go to LuxAlgo and you click on the tab upper right, or it should be at the top if you're on a desktop. Click resources, then guides. These guides are going to help you understand what features are best for you in whatever index or asset you're trading. They're really going to help you, and this is completely free as well. So those of you that want to learn more about our premium indicators and what features are involved and how they're created and how they're best to be used, go to that guide section under resources, and you can understand how every individual thing is made and like used in any market. So it's really gonna help you figuring out your strategy using our indicators. So hopefully there are videos too for those of you that don't want to read. I would suggest reading because it's definitely, you'll learn a lot more. But the videos are very informative too. We try to touch on everything we can in those videos. So check out the videos as well for those of you that are also watching the live stream on YouTube. But yeah, Mickey, if you want to, we can transfer it back to you and kind of
sure. Good stuff.
Get back into it. But yeah, I don't know what you wanted to look at, but real quick though, yes, there you go. You're getting that bearish reaction off of the smart trail. So we got that. We get this, turning point. We might go retest those lows, but
hold on. Let me set my trading panel ready for this trade here.
Hey, you're good. I'll pull up. Let me pull up the gold I had earlier. While you're switching over, just let me know when you're ready, and I can.
No, I'm ready to switch.
Okay.
Do you need a minute? Yeah.
No, you're good, man. We're just hanging out. Sorry for those that were on Discord. I don't know if I saw your messages. I enjoy futures because they're easy to trade, and I don't have to worry about looking at a bunch of different assets. And also, there's a tax benefit to trading futures. So I don't have to pay as much income, or I don't have to pay as much tax on trading futures. So it's great.
Hey, Jacob, you want to switch over?
Yeah.
Switch over.
I got you.
All right, let's see what we got. All right. Hopefully this will help out a little bit.
There you go.
We're gonna take a little bird's eye view. All right, real quickly. Nifty. All right, here's your Nifty 1 hour. All right, let me flip it to the Bank Nifty. There's your Bank Nifty. All right, you have a bullish Neo cloud, and you have a bearish for today or yesterday. All right, we go down to a lower time frame, 15-minute. Today, well, yesterday, right, overnight, I'm looking for bearish entries. Right, here is that one signal. That was your only shot. Okay. Just like Jacob says, this is a different market, ranging market, as you can tell. So you want to bring down your time frame and manage the trade accordingly with the matrix turning points and other features. Other features you may use, I don't think we've discussed today, is the trend catcher. Right, it is very reactive. You can enter on a bearish trend catcher, right, and exit when it flips to bullish, and your day is done, right? Any other assets that members want me to showcase here before we go on to another chart or feature on signals and overlays? Anyone in chat? Let's take a look at YouTube. Gold.
Yeah, they're looking at gold.
Okay.
Possibly.
Okay. Let's go over briefly the price action concepts and the 4-hour chart that I typically look at. Right. Let's head over to the dollar index. Right. Here is the dollar index. 4-hour template. Right. 4-hour template. Just the order blocks alone. 4-hour on a regular candlestick chart, right? Dollar index, just on 4-hour order blocks. Simple chart. That's all I'm looking at. Okay, I'm looking at where price is at in relation to its own order block. So 4 hours, right? As you can tell, as you can see right here, today, right? We've been bullish. The dollar. And heading into that order block, what did it do once it tagged the order block? It retraced a little bit. It's ranging, right? Where did this order block start? Look how many times it tagged it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, it tagged it, so it must be very important. So what I do is I go down. If I were trading the dollar, go down to a lower time frame. All There we go. This is where it tags it. Right there. Right. I am looking for a market structure change to the downside to take an entry. Or I could use a signals and overlay template to find an entry. So whatever works best for you. You know, you can mix and match. Let's head over to the dollar index on a lower time frame. Okay. Here we are. Delete that. We are here, right? I am waiting for something here to show me I'm going to take a short. So I am stalking this. Right now, we are at that 4-hour order block, right? Let's draw it. Right here, we could just visually draw it right here. We are right there, okay? So that's how, you know, I use the price action concepts of the 4-hour template. I know everyone's been asking me about that. It's very basic, very generalized. It's not too confusing for me, right? If you zoom out a little bit, it works. It works for me. Let's take a look at the E-minis, right? Here's the 4-hour. Right? Look where this one tagged. This was your play right here. That was your play. All right? That was your play.
Gold.
Beautiful play, right? Flip it back. Flip it back to a smaller time frame. Right? Here we go. Here's your play. Somewhere in there, you're taking the rejection off the 4-hour order block and going bullish. Whatever your rules are with SMC, ICT, or price action concepts, you find your rules, you find your personal setup to take an entry going long, okay? If I were to use this actual 15-minute chart, where would I go long? All right, this is where I would go long. Right there. All right, let's zoom in a little bit right there. All right. We have a chotch, retracement back down to the fair value gap. Boom, off to the races we go, right? Simple, right? ABC of SMC ICT, fair value gap strategy, simple concept, and you take your scalps, you find your exits. It's kind of far away, right? According to price action concepts and according to the settings I put, the next order block would be this one, right? You can fine tune this if you want. Look to the left. If you want to find a reason to get out of Dodge, right? Find your levels, right? Find your levels. Here's a nice level right here. Where's a nice level? From here, right, look at that. There's your nice level. How many times it hit? This one. Here's a little range, right? You have some range. Hit, hit, hit. This is a pretty good one, right? It doesn't have to be exact. What you could do is do this, right? Find an excuse to get out of Dodge. Don't stubbornly hold until you're back down or break even or hitting your stop loss, right? Just take the money and run, right? Any other questions on this basic strategy I use with price action concepts? Pretty simple. I have most of the features disabled because I just want a clean chart, and I'm just focused. I am just focused on one concept: price reaction when heading into a 4-hour order block or heading out of a 4-hour order block. That is my setup. I may get 1, 2, at the most 3 setups per week because these are 4 hours, right? I just want to focus my attention on that one setup. Keeps me fresh, right? Keeps my mind decluttered. Any other questions or assets or symbols?
We got a US 30.
US 30.
That'd be a good one.
Okay, let's go to US 30. US 30. Where is my US 30? Let's see. Boom. There you go.
Wow, look at that breaker block. Wow.
Yeah. Look where it touched. Boom.
Right. That's insane. Wait, do you
look
remember that? Do you remember this last week? We looked at this off that one there. We looked at that bounce, and you were talking about how taking the trades off of, after it bounces, closes up, and now we broke it. That's awesome.
Let's take a look at US 30 on signals and overlays while we're at it, right? Let's go over here. Let's see. Oh, let's go. There we go. Move over to 1 hour. Look at that. Bearish neo cloud. 1 hour, my higher time frame bias trend chart. It is showing me bearish neo cloud. I'm only looking for bearish signals on a lower time frame. So let's head down to, let's bring this down a notch to the 15 minutes. All right. I am only looking for bearish signals. Where are they? Where are they? All right. I want some more. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Depending on your trade management and your entry and exit style, you're safe. I don't know how safe you want to be on US 30 on this neo cloud and with the signals, right? Today is the first time I've turned on these signals for display. I typically don't use them, but I may. I mean, just looking at this, it makes it easier for me, right? It makes our jobs much more easier to get back the confidence to take it into a direction, right? So the key is trade management. It doesn't matter if I went the wrong direction. With trade management, with the proper trade management, it keeps you in this game for a very long time. No bag holding here, right? Let's just say I took a wrong entry. Right, here's some little trade management education. Let's just say I took a wrong entry right here, right? I took this by accident. I was just nervous, I took that, right? I took that, and I'm feeling pretty. This is Hack-and-Ashy bar, right? So I took that, and it's gone up a little bit, right? Yeah, I'm sitting pretty. Wow, look at this, Johnny. Check that out. Guess what? It went down. So where is my trade management if I took this? All right, take a look. On regular candlesticks and Heiken-Ashi candlesticks, Jacob briefly discussed this with regular candlesticks. The wicks, right?
Oh yeah.
Read the wicks. When you have multiple wicks overlapping, meaning overlapping here. If I draw a horizontal line, how many times is the wick touching? This is what I mean by overlapping. 1, 2, 3, this is overlapping. What is this, 5 bars, right? When it overlaps, it means exhaustion. Be careful, it might reverse. There it goes, reverse. So once you see this, let's just say you're stubborn. You held it. Enough's enough, right? How long was this? About 2 hours? Cash out. We're done. The trade's over. Why? Because of this. If you got in because of this turning point, you better get out because of this turning point, right? This is trade management. You took a bad entry. No harm, no foul. I take bad entries too. But you need to know when to call it a day, right? This is your exit. This is your exit. Neo cloud bearish. Close out of that one. Take a deep breath. Have some coffee, and get back to the game. Here's your game. All right. This is it. Boom. You're off to the races. Right. That's your trade management. This is what I mean trade management when I discuss this in the VIP Discord room. Okay, hopefully everyone understands that. Oh, any other questions? Any other questions before we hit our limit here in the live stream? Jacob, we're good?
Yeah, we have officially on the 1 hour mark, which is what we like to close out on. So, yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Those of you on Discord and YouTube, we're gonna be doing these more consistently, possibly Thursday. So stay tuned for that. We'll do it very similar and come back and look at where these charts ended up. Honestly, but yeah, guys, if you have any, what were you saying?
Awesome work. Hey, one last note. I've been going through the chats, on Discord and YouTube. A lot of questions. We both apologize for not getting to those questions. Some of these questions can be answered thoroughly in the Discord room.
Yes.
Just tag me when you're going back in there, and give me some time to get to those questions. Just tag me and repeat those questions in the rooms. And some of them I may direct you to the VIP support group, but most of them I will do my best to answer that in the VIP LuxAlgo group there, okay?
Yes.
Thank you for showing up today. Appreciate it.
Make sure to, if you're watching on YouTube, join that Discord. We do have a free section. Mickey's in the free section as well as the VIP. But when you do go on our website, if you try us out for 30 days for free, you do get access to the VIP section and more closely get to know Mickey and his powers when it comes to these indicators. But yeah, so we're in there hanging out, trading every single day. So feel free to join that. That's in the description there. And thank you guys who joined us on Discord as well. We'll see you back in the chats. And yeah, guys.
Thank you for showing up, everyone. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
And we got a perfect breakdown on ES as we're closing. Wow. All right. Nice little.
All right. Let me get the Discord and get in. Nah, joking.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you soon. Yeah.
See everyone in Discord.
Thanks for joining, guys.
Later.
Bye.